The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
Ahoy! Let's go! We're waking up Chicago. Turn up the radio. It's time to start the show. On Q101 with the morning crew. Ahoy! Let's go! Welcome to the morning show.
All right, let's go. It's going to be a great day. A lot of stuff planned with the show, some good free stuff. I have to start off like this. I don't want to, but I just have to start like this. I'm sorry.
What are you doing? Oh my God, what is going now? Every day, what happened?
I know. I don't really want to necessarily go this route to pour one out right here at 6:03. We begin the show with a positivity usually, but
Not necessarily.
not always. But
What?
pouring one out for my neighbors.
Oh, I can already tell I don't care.
You should care about this.
What happened?
Well, they're alive. They're good. They're healthy and alive.
Nice. What happened?
I should be happy for them, but I found out yesterday that we live in a, classic Chicago 4-flat with a garden apartment and 3 units, and we're in one of those units. And we love our neighbors. We're on the second floor. We love our neighbors above us, and we love our neighbors below us. And even the garden apartment people. I haven't seen them recently, but, I mean, they're nice people, too.
It's not the college girls that used to live there, right?
No, they got bounced.
Okay.
Thank God. They smoked weed all day, and the weed came up through the floors, and I was, like, protecting.
You also watched them tan in their swimsuits, so
I did not do
you're
that at
only
all.
allowed to complain so much.
I can complain all I want because the weed came up. I didn't tell them to go out there and tan. I didn't tell them to smoke weed.
They didn't tell you to watch them.
They didn't have to tan in my parking space.
In your parking?
They
Who
did.
stares at their parking space?
It's my parking space. I can do what I want with it. I pay extra for it.
Oh, jeez.
They shouldn't tan in there. So anyway, I found out both my neighbors are moving out, the top and the bottom, right below us and above us.
Heyo.
One of them bought a house and one's moving out of town.
How does it make you feel?
Bad.
Yeah. Do you know what you're going to get?
Well, I feel, first off, I'm happy for them. They finally found a house. Me and Megan have been looking for a place. We can't afford what we
Do you
want.
feel kind of bitter? Because you've been looking for one for so long?
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
I know that about you.
Yeah. Now,
You're like, burn their house down.
they didn't give me the address, the new
That's
houses.
smart. That is smart.
No, I mean, I'm happy for them, but now I'm going to get like new neighbors for the first time in almost like 2 years above and below us.
Mm-hmm.
And we're still there because we all kind of went at the same
in the
time.
middle of the Oreo and the new neighbor scenario.
That's what we are.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to be. And I should be able to interview those people. I should tell the
Should
landlord. Yeah.
Can we go through that? What kind of questions would you ask a new neighbor?
Do you tan?
Yeah, do you tan or you smoke weed? Both those. I want to know how often you do both. No, I want to make sure, do you know how to walk on a floor properly?
Okay.
Don't wear your shoes in the house, right? You don't do that, right? Because that just clomp, all hardwood floors.
Oh my God. All I can imagine is when I was single, Brian would have hated me because I was constantly like, whoops, I forgot this. And I was in my huge hooker heels that I used to wear.
God.
Because I forgot everything. I tripped all the time.
Oh, I forgot this.
Well, the problem is I have really short legs. So I move quick like a chihuahua. So it's like when I forget something. I don't have strides.
It's like the Kentucky Derby above me. Just like every day.
My heels.
Oh, my God. I would have been pounded on the door like the third day.
Oh.
It's like, all right, is this going to happen all the time now? You wear your hooker heels every day? And you forget something in the kitchen every day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to cook in my hooker heels because I couldn't reach the top where my spices were.
Now, if that was the case, I would have bought you like a little stepladder. Just gotta put that up by the door with a ribbon on it and say, like, hey, here, try this.
Then you would have heard me dragging it to everything. Thanks for the stepladder.
I mean, Case, you live in an apartment building. Do you hear your neighbors at all?
There's a guy that moved in to the left of me he's new because I hear him playing the electric guitar a lot.
Hell yeah.
Oh, my God. Do you get excited about it?
No, because he's not that good.
Well, you may get good.
I hope, because right now it sucks.
Well, here's the thing. As a guitar player, even if it's good, you don't want it blaring all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many ways to play in headphones now. You just do that.
Case does. All he does is listen to music.
He's not going to want some guy playing some song he doesn't like.
That's true.
You know what I mean? It's got to be his music, which is
helmet who were at Bottom Lounge last night.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it's not the bands that the guys probably learning like.
That guy could probably play at Bottom Lounge.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's kind of stumbling through like smoke on the water right now.
Oh, boy. That's the first thing everybody learns the guitar. Bam, 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 bam.
Now
Bam, bam.
imagine Kenzie's heels doing the bass drum for that.
God.
I click along with it.
Oh, jeez.
Brian and Kenzie.
On Q 101.
Oh, coming up with a fact that makes your brain go.
Kaboom.
There we go. It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101. New report on the median annual wage for all U.S. workers, including Illinois and Chicago. So this way you can stack yourself up. If you think you make good money, maybe you don't think you're like, I deserve more. This will tell you what the average worker is making in Illinois. We'll give you that salary coming up.
Can I guess?
Yes,
I bet it's like 200,000.
200,000.
Yeah.
Case, do you want to guess?
I think it's something similar to Caitlin Clark's new WNBA contract. I think it's around $70,000 a year.
70,000. Kenzie,
That's not her contract.
It is.
well, she's making 393 for a 4-year deal, so it's around. It averages out to somewhere in the 80-90 range for her salary, which we'll talk about in sports in a little bit. Caitlin Clark from Iowa. That's the number one overall pick in the WNBA.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah. Now, she made $3.1 million in college last year with the NIL. She made more than anybody, guys or girls, with the side
How
money.
do you do that?
Because now college athletes are allowed to sell their rights and their image. So they can legally go get an endorsement with Nike or whatever they want to do. Whereas
Okay.
up until just 2 years ago, they couldn't do that in the history of NCAA.
Right. So she's going to make a lot more money because she's going to do endorsements
She
and
is.
everything. Yeah.
She is. A lot of people getting outraged about that salary, making fun of it. But, the WNBA loses money. Like, if they can't give out $40 million contracts like the NBA yet. Maybe she'll change that when she gets there.
Right.
I don't know.
And it's kind of everybody else's fault because, like you have to watch it and participate and buy jerseys and do that, and then it makes money.
Yeah, if you're going to make fun of the salary, then watch the WNBA.
You can't be part of the problem.
Yeah, go to the games, and maybe things will change. A lot going on for Chicago Sky, by the way, in the WNBA last night, the draft. But we'll talk about that coming up there. But, yeah, so 200,000.
Yeah, because I just think that, that's a crazy number, right? Like, that sounds really big, but there's people who make so much. The median's just the average.
Right.
So it's got to land somewhere in the middle.
In
There's
case-
people, like, you make 500.
Sure, right.
So
Yep.
it's gonna, and then,
500
me
million.
and Caitlin Clark,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Sitting here, I can't even afford a house in Orland Park right now. But, hey, that's what it is, the salary.
Well, it's just your crippling debt. It's not our problem. You know what I mean?
You made a few bad investments.
Just because you do a lot of cocaine doesn't mean that
It was
you're not making the money.
cocaine and AOL stock really sent me down a bad path.
It's, the American story.
So what'd you say again, Case? You said 70?
I said 70,000.
70,000 and 200,000.
What's your guess?
Well, I know the answer, so I'm not going to give it the guess out there. I'll just surprise you with the answer at 6:30 here. And also, you can text in 312-591-8300. What do you think the average salary is? And I got Chicago, I got Illinois as well, but the whole country's too. But what do you think the average salary is? New report. We got that for you coming up next.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q 101.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q 101.
Well, time for a fact that makes your brain go. Now, we're talking about the average salary of Americans, of the average U.S. worker, and we'll do Illinois as well. Now, it's interesting because some texters have chimed in here on this story. It says the median annual wage for all U.S. workers, median and average are different. I've tried to figure out, and maybe Case, since he's the most recent in college, can help explain the difference, Case.
No, I can't.
Oh.
No, I went to Columbia College Chicago. We don't talk about medians.
Oh, so median, maybe a listener can, because I've read the definition. I still don't understand the difference between median and average.
What does it say?
So
What's the definition say?
median says denoting or relating to a value or quantity lying in the midpoint of a frequency distribution of observed values or quantities, such that there is an equal probability of falling above or below it. Like they use an example. The median duration of this treatment was about 4 months. Let's say you did a surgery procedure, okay? So I'm trying to wrap my head. I do this for a living.
What's the definition of the average?
That's what I don't know the difference.
What does it say? What does it say?
It does. Let's see. Median. Before I give you these numbers, because I want people to understand exactly. Okay, the average is calculated by adding up all of the individual values and dividing this number of observations, like how many people, you know what I mean? Like a total number of salaries divided by what? The median is calculated by taking the middle value, the value of which half of the observations are larger and half are smaller. You get it?
Maybe it just does it not calculate like outliers? Like, okay, there's a billionaire. Like, does it not like throw that in there?
I don't know.
It skews average? Is that what that means?
I'm not trying to delay the fact. I want to make sure we get it exactly right before we do it. And if someone can explain this, maybe we could
like
do
Elon
that.
Musk, they're not going to throw in the, you know what I mean? They're going to throw his salary in.
I don't think that's the case. I think they throw in everybody. Now, 3-band Zach says he can explain the difference. Remember Zach who played those 3 bands? And where was the last one? Over off Belmont, you played your show, right, Zach?
Yeah. Well, no, I didn't play on Belmont. I played at what is Montrose Saloon?
Montrose Saloon. That's right, Montrose Saloon, my
Yeah.
neighborhood. Good job.
Yeah.
What was the name of that band again?
Which one? There are 3 of them.
Well, whatever. Well, let's focus on the task at hand.
Yes.
Explain the difference that I can understand between median and average.
Okay, so average, you take everybody who gets a paycheck in Illinois, you add their salaries together, and then you divide by the number of those people. So you get 1,000 people. The average is the sum total of their salary divided by 1,000. That's the average.
That's what I understand
Okay,
for
and-
average.
Cool. Median is you take the highest salary and the lowest salary. The median is the number that is in the middle, period.
So between the highest salary, that could be a billionaire or someone that makes $10,000 a year, it's in the middle. It's
Yeah.
exactly in the middle.
Yeah, and it's important because average, it implies that there's like an equal distribution around that number. And median, you could still have, way more people at the bottom end and like one guy at the top end.
Ah, got it. Got it. I understand it. Good job. You're a teacher, right?
Yeah, man.
Thank you. Thank you. You explained it better than Google or my teachers in high school. You did.
That's why you can't let kids Google. You still need teachers.
That's right, damn it. Did you understand the case now?
I was on the phone. I didn't hear any of it.
He's in school
Listen to the
too.
podcast. Go listen to the podcast.
Yeah, listen to the
I'll go listen to
podcast.
the podcast. Thank you, Zach.
Okay, now I understand it. So thank you very much. That's really good, Zach. I appreciate that.
Respect. You guys are awesome.
Also, is your band playing anywhere this week? Any one of the bands?
No, man. We're just practicing. We're all good.
Oh, good.
No shows.
Hey, practice makes perfect.
But shizzle. All right, you guys rock. Have a good one. I got to go to work.
Thanks, buddy. Okay, so now I understand it better before I give you this number. Because Kenzie said like 200,000. She thought maybe the average salary would be because there's billionaires at the top. And this explains why maybe you went too far on that number, right? Like you went too high because it
Was
doesn't
I too
matter.
high?
You were way too high.
What
And
is it?
Case said 70 something. I don't know, 73,000, something
Yeah, he
like that.
said Caitlin Clark's salary.
So the median annual wage for all U.S. workers, and let's just do Illinois, was $48,730.
God, I just don't believe that.
$48,000. Now, again,
This place is so expensive to live here.
I know. And to his
So expensive to live here.
So to Zach's point that it could be, there's obviously billionaires that live here, but there could be a whole bunch of people more in the bottom end. That's just the middle. That's right there in the middle, but 48,000. And it does seem, now you got to also look at maybe
Well,
all
like,
the,
think about how many people in Illinois are millionaires. So I just thought,
right. Average. If it was average, it would be higher, I think. If it was the average salary. I don't think it'd be 200,000, but it'd be probably a
well,
little
it's
more.
just the number in the middle.
Yeah, it's just
So
the number in the
you-
middle. But it still says a lot about people should be making more, right?
You think?
Yeah.
I always say this. I don't understand how everything's gone up in price except how much I cost to work somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't get that.
Yeah. Well, it's like incomes have not kept up with inflation without question.
No.
And it was already bad before this inflation run, and now it's obviously debilitating to some people. That's why we have $1 trillion in debt. Just open up a new credit card. Keep going. I gotta eat.
How many credit cards do you have?
Actually, I've trimmed them down. I used to have too many, and that's
How many did you used to have?
7. I think 7 or 8.
You had
Jeez.
7 credit cards?
How
Yeah.
big was your wallet? I don't have 7 little slots.
Costanza. I had 2 wallets. I had a burner wallet.
You had a burner wallet.
I did have another wallet that I kept cards in. Like,
Were you like, I'm going to pay this wallet off first, and then I'll get to this wallet?
oh, they did. None of them got paid off.
What do you do?
I mean, you just kind of keep
You and
shuffling them.
Oberweis both claimed bankruptcy?
That's right. I never claimed bankruptcy, but I got some real trouble at one point. Like, for example, I had a Discover card. And I didn't use that every day, so that went in the burner wallet. I didn't carry the Discover card around all the time.
I never understood like having a bunch of credit cards. What's the benefit?
Well, before all the point total stuff happened, it was just I needed more money. So, like, you need another card with more limit, and they give it to you, so you go, cool.
Usually, if you call, like, who runs a credit card, they'll increase your limit because they want you to be in debt with them. They love it.
Of course, they're worse than bookies. Their interest rate is way worse than the mob on the street.
So, like, you could have just, but that's my point is usually, no matter what, they'll, like, increase your credit for a little, like, to an extent.
Yeah,
Can I put a house on this?
But it was fun getting a new card with new colors and stuff and everything.
Brian, why did you need all those credit cards? What were you buying? Because you don't have any land and you don't have any, like, high-priced art. You have nothing.
Well, if you
wear the same shirt every day.
Yeah, well, I don't understand what you were buying.
Well, if you've heard the show before, I used to have some land. And I had to kind of start over, and it's really gone now, that land.
Hey, there's no shame in renting.
No, I'll be renting for a while.
You're like the only person that was doing better in their 20s than they are like now. What happened?
That's a lesson to the
You're
kids
supposed
out
to
there.
gradually increase.
Yeah, that's a lesson to the kids out there, man. Put some money away instead of just living for
Instead of
today.
investing. That's
Well,
your advice.
how many credit cards you got? Just one?
I have one under my name, and then there's one like family one for me and my husband.
Oh, okay.
That's it.
When you said one under your name, the other one sounded like really shady. What was coming next? One's under.
One's my alias.
Yeah.
One's under your name. That's the one I don't pay back.
Exactly, yeah.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101. We're talking some money here. At $48,070 is the median income in Illinois and Chicago. We're still getting different definitions of median.
People are saying that the guy was wrong.
That Zach was wrong?
Yeah.
Huh.
Also, Zach yelled at us on the text line and then called in, which was nice, which was interesting.
Zach's
was like,
good.
this is irresponsible journalism and da-da-da-da. And then he calls in and I was like, love you guys.
Well, he's a good guy. He's fine.
This is interesting.
I don't.
Must be a Gemini.
Well, it's just hard to understand exactly median and average, and everybody thinks it's like people say like, "Oh, you guys are idiots," and then
I have to be honest, not a single person has agreed, and that we have like 400 texts, and everyone's like, "That's wrong. This is right. That's wrong. This is right." Everyone's arguing.
I just wish they would have just gave the average. It would have been easier. Then they used the word median, and that's what the story said. So I wanted to read the median.
I feel like I prefer median over average because median sounds like it doesn't take any math. You just look for the number in the middle. That's like my.
I still don't
problem.
know.
Circle what's in the middle.
I
Perfect.
don't know it, and I'm sure people out there going in their cars going like, "You guys are idiots." And I'm like, I just don't know. This is
And by the way, you may be sitting in your car thinking we're stupid, but you may also be wrong because no one's agreeing right now.
I'm okay with saying I'm stupid on this because I don't understand it. I can't do it. This is why I couldn't do math in high school. I just was.
Median is the midpoint. So
Right.
you're looking at all these numbers.
And now people
It's
are
like
backing up
right
Zach.
in the middle.
Yeah, people are backing up Zach now, seeing
And
who's
then
correct.
the average is like that's when you're like that's when you're calculating stuff.
Average is easy. You can just add up everything and divide it by the
like
number.
if it's like okay, so if there's three numbers and it's like whatever, I mean 5, 6, 7, then 6 is the median. It's just in the middle. Doesn't matter.
I love 219 checking in. Everyone's poor. That's the correct answer. Okay, who's back on the line here now to talk
Except
about
Brian.
this? I don't know. I'm with everybody else. I can't buy a house. Adam, second in here from South Elgin, Kenzie's territory. What's up, man?
What happened?
All right, guys. Median is kind of really easy. You take all the numbers in the data, you put them in order, and then you find the middle of that data.
Okay, how's that different than average?
Because average, you add them all up and then divide by the total, whereas median is the number that is in the middle. So if you have 51 points of data, you're throwing out all like the top part and the bottom part, and it's just the one that's in the middle.
Right. Do you ever feel like we have too many words? Like, why couldn't the math teacher be like, hey, find the number in the middle?
But I still don't
We
get it.
needed to name that.
Like I still, and this is why I'm dumb with. I was, not a great student. I mean, I was good in some things, but not in math. I still don't understand finding
It's just
the
the
middle.
number in the middle.
So Brian, if you just make it easy and you go like numbers like 1 through 11, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Thank you for counting all the way
You
up.
find the middle of that. So you throw 1 out, you throw 11 out, you throw 2 out, you throw 10 out, 3.9, and then it's the one that's actually in the very middle of it.
So isn't that
Just
5.5?
circle in the middle. If there's 3 numbers, it's the second number.
No, but if it's 1 to 11, then isn't it 5.5 in the middle?
No, that's not how it works. You actually have to cross off the numbers as you have them.
You just
and
cross it
find
off.
the one
You just
that's in the
cross
middle.
it. You take a pencil. It has to be done with a pencil in case you mess up. And
Wait, so
you just
that.
cross it off.
Okay, so let's do 1 to 11. What's the middle
Can
number?
we pick a shorter amount of numbers?
It would be 6.
It'd be 6? Okay. I still don't get it.
Brian, do you feel like you're breaking out in hives? Like you're nervous at like a freshman in high school right now? You look
Hey,
so
Brian, it'd be
physically
really easy.
uncomfortable.
Just write it all down and cross them off.
So what did they
cross
do?
them off.
So what did they do with those salaries? Like, let's say someone was a billionaire, and then there was a bunch of people making 20,000, 30,000. Somebody went through
you
there.
put it in order and then you just keep
Brian,
crossing
those are
off.
called outliers.
Mm-hmm.
The highest numbers and the lowest numbers are like outliers.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
by median, you're kind of trying to throw those out and find the middle of more of like what normal people would make.
You just cross it off like you did the other numbers. 11 crossed off. A billion crossed off.
Why
Cross it off.
do we get rid of those people?
Okay, that's finding
Because
the
they're
number.
outliers. They're out of the majority of the set of data.
Huh.
Okay.
I mean, you
Honestly,
explaining it great, but this is why I think I had ADD and a learning disability.
I agree.
You know, Brian, if we were in person, I could do it really easy.
Yeah. Why don't you
I
come on
used to
down?
teach math, so that's why.
Well, now it sounds like a sex line.
Okay, so I understand what you said. I figure how do they, like $48,070 is what Illinois people, that's the median income is $48,000. So they went through, let's say the state, I think, has 20 million people, something like that. They went through all
Somebody
that.
was just doing little X's all day.
Yeah, they went in that and then came out
I
with
want
48,000
that
in the
job.
middle. That's what they did then, bud?
Yeah, they have computer algorithms that do it for them. Yeah, so they're not doing it by hand.
Okay.
There's a
Oh.
computer do it for them.
I just imagine somebody all day, like Game of Thrones on in the background, just like XX,
Yep.
XX,
Take out this-
XX.
Hey, man, thanks, Adam. I do understand it better because of what you said.
All right.
I'm not sure
You
I
have a
understand
great
it.
day.
You too, buddy. I'm not sure I completely understand it. But Alan's checking in from South Elgin, another Elgin coming in here. What's up, Alan?
Okay, I have the perfect example to explain median
Okay.
that everybody will get. All right, if you have 3 numbers, 1, 11, and 13. If you wanted the average, that would be 12.5. But for the median, it's 11 because it's the middle
It's
number.
the number in the middle.
You know what's meaning?
Brian, I'm going to go home soon. I swear to God.
You know what? You don't understand it
swear
either.
To God.
You don't understand
Yes,
it either.
I do.
No, you don't. You think you do, but you don't.
Okay, don't try to make me as dumb as you.
Now, listen, I'm being honest. I'm the only one vulnerable here. I'm just being honest about what I don't get and what I don't
No,
get.
it's getting. Please stop being honest. I want you to lie and I want you to move on.
Yeah.
Lie.
Ellen,
For
what
the love
don't you
of
understand
God.
about what Ellen said?
I understand what Ellen said.
Okay.
And I understand what before her.
Adam
said too.
Jeez. Oh my God.
But I think if I had to do like a
Adam
test.
was our median caller because
Yeah.
he called in the middle.
That's right.
You see?
Ellen, thank you for helping me out. I appreciate you.
You're welcome.
I know. Everybody always wants to be all smart and everything. I'm just trying to be honest here, and so I
No,
don't really
thank you for being
understand it.
vulnerable, Brian.
Everybody
I
else is so
appreciate it.
smart out there.
I think you need to figure this out now on your own personal time.
I am. We're
from
done
here
with
on
it.
out.
We're done with it. We got a lot of stuff coming up here. I wanted to figure it out and be
What are we
right.
gonna- We're going to find the
you know,
circumference after this?
maybe
Jeez.
we
Kenzie,
will.
can Brian do your 9-year-old's math homework tonight?
Oh my God. Some of it's tricky.
Yeah, see? That's right. Here's Gil Curtis with your headlines.
This is not headline news. Today is wear your pajamas to work day. And for those of us here in radio, there's rarely a day we don't come to work in something we slept in. Will Smith surprised the crowd at Coachella by performing the theme song to Men in Black. Then he pulled out one of those neutralizers from the movie and tried to erase everyone's memory from his last appearance at the Oscars.
Sorry.
2 different people claim to be the title of the world's oldest man. Unfortunately, the argument will be over for one of them real soon. And the Ford Mustang celebrates its 60th anniversary tomorrow. And now that it's 60, it's buying a Corvette. This is not headline news.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.